What's up, Internet? Welcome back to the Artisan of Glimmith. It has been maybe a little too long since I last played this game, so I recounted in the last episode that I played almost everything that you'd seen up to this point in the same episode, and then it took me way too long to try to get back to this game. Between work and the other games I'm playing for the channel, this game fell by the wayside for a second, but I am very excited to get back to more. I know we have mostly hard puzzles left, so that's going to be exciting. So let's see if we can tackle some of the harder ones here that we were finishing up in the last one, and then we can start on a new section and or come back. Oh, there's one hidden right there. Okay, right. So Delta, these two regions touching must be the same, different shapes, same shape. Cool. All right, let's get it done, shall we? So this can either be... So Delta has to be two different shapes, and this has to be its own region. So that's got to be its own thing. So there's that. This has to be different than this, which means it just has to be more than one. But then this one also has to be in a region more than just a 2. So assumedly it has to do... And if it's 3 squares, it's got to go... If it went here, it wouldn't be able to take this. So it's got to do that. That's a line there. This has to be the same, but it can't touch here. That's its own color. That's its own color. That's its own color. Very nice. Okay. All right, that was a good one to start off with. Thank you, game, for giving me some easy one. That's a heavy 6er. That's a 5. That's a 3. That's a 4. All right, so let's go 3, 4, 5, 6, shall we? Okay. All regions must be one of these shapes, either a little L or the big twisty. And Delta, the two regions touching this symbol must be different shapes. Okay, so where do we start here? So these two have to be different. Okay, let's start off easy. This has to come out to at least here. This has to come out to at least here. If this shape is the big one, or actually the question is, can it be the big one? If this is a row of 2, it would have to come up one more, which it can't do. Yeah, it's forced. That has to be that shape, which means that this has to be this shape. Okay, that's good. This has to be at least this. Not a fully definitive color. This has to come out to here. Can this go here? No. It has to do that. Okay, still a good start. This now has to be a little L. We don't know where. Oh, I don't want that. So this has to be a little L. This has to come out to at least here. Can this be... Yes. Well, no. That can't be this shape. Because if it was, it would be cutting off that square. So that's that. That means this one... What is... Ignoring this for a second, what is this? Because this can't be the big shape either. So that has to be like that. Now, this can't go this way, right? Let's undo that. So it can't go that way, so it can either end there or continue to here. Either way, it's going that direction. This cannot do this. So it has to do this, which means that's its shape, which means this comes out to at least here. This has to be the bigger shape, which could do this. This has to be the smaller shape. And it can't come down here because now that's a 3. So now it's got to do this. So this has to be a big shape up here too. So that still does work, but then we're left with what? Oh, that could work, right? if that's the big shape, that's a small shape. Yeah, there we go. Cool. Good stuff. All right, number 4. Oh, heart. So we got a big squiggly and a little L. And unfortunately, this shape is very good for both of these two forms. Okay, where is the best place to start here? This square cannot be this because it would cut off too much stuff. Is there any other way that this square could go? Oh, it could go like that. That's unfortunate. How about... Okay, this square is not bad, right? Because I can't make big shape with this one. Am I correct about that? And I can't come up with it, so I gotta come down. That means this has to be the big shape. And per our last research, I think it has to be that. Which means this is also an L. Which could go a multitude of ways, so we're not sure exactly about that one. So this could just be 3 5 shapes. Well, this comes at least up to here. It obviously could go here. No, it can't. That's interesting. No, it can't go there. That shape can't go here because then we have an uneven number of squares. If you see, if I did a 3 here, a 3 here, I'd have a leftover. So I actually can't do that. And I think I have to make them 5. Isn't placing one of these as a 5 forcing the other ones to be 5? I think it is. Because now, even if I start these shapes, I think this has to be a 5, and this has to be a 5. So that said, all of these then have to be 3, touching the delta symbols, which is important. How do I start it, though? 3... Where's the drawing tool? If I did 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, I need to have a 5 in here at least. So if I 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. That does work. I think that's it. Let's just do it for real, shall we? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then these. Yep. Aha! Solve a heart-shaped puzzle. I love puzzles. Very cute. Is that gold? Ah! We've done it. Oh, so I guess the level 6 puzzle doesn't count? That's interesting. Why? Holy hell, that's why. Okay, what in God's name? So I could do 3 by 3 squares, a 2 by 3, and a square 2. My goodness. Assumedly, there's got to be some way to do this logically. But how? Where do you even start? I assume you'd start from somewhere where it's a little bit more constricted. Like here? This hurts my brain. I can't do that one right now. Okay. But we do have a gold. So that's our gold. That's gold. I like the gold paneling. This is not gold. That's silver. Let's see. Can we get the other 2? These 2. I see. It saves your work. Okay, that's good. Each region contains exactly 1 of each symbol. Sure. Okay, but the shapes don't matter. So I need to be able to get... Oh, I think you're... So that's a border. And they don't have to be equivalent, so that's good. This... If this circle took not this square, it would mean that it'd have to come around, which means it would block in that one. So that's not going to happen. So this, no matter how it happens, it takes that square. Probably takes this whole thing. It's got to cut off there because otherwise it's going to take... Is this not crazy easy? Wait. Why is this not hard? Oh, because of the border rules. Oh, but that's not too bad. If I just did that... I see. Okay, so I just can't... Okay, I get it. So, right, this puzzle's not hard because of the sections. It's hard because if I cannot put anything on the same... on two different sides of a border. So if I took, for example, if this region of stuff took this cell, it can't. Yeah. So that would mean you're taking that one. But I can't have you take that one, so you have to take that one. I mean, you could come all the way around. Oh, boy. Okay, so the only definitive thing is that border. This one's going to have to probably take that one. It could take this whole bottom area, take the top of that. This comes out, cannot take that one. This square is problematic. Can I rethink something? This has to take that square. That's for sure. This square has to be taken by you, which means that... this circle has to take the square, otherwise there's no other way. So that does have to connect. If this has to take this square, it cannot go on opposite sides of its own region. That's forced. This region has to come all the way around. And so does it... Oh, that's it. Okay, just this big pink region. Okay, cool. Right. Each region contains exactly one of each symbol. It's going to be the same thing. Oh, I do remember this one. Okay, this is one that I had problems with. Okay, so, same thing, slightly harder. Okay, so this cannot go into this square below it. Those are some good colors. This square, so this circle, the bottom one, cannot take this one opposing it. This one is the least restricted as of right now. If this took up here, this came over here, that could only... Right, I remember. Okay, so who takes this square? That's the question that needs to be answered, because it cannot be either one of these two. So either this one has to make itself come around, which is possible, if it took all of that, right? Now this one came up. This one's just a solo... So now this one cannot come there. Right. Okay, so that's not gonna... Oh, no. Oh, there's a mosquito in this room. Get out of here. Okay. Right, so that's on op. Aha! There we go. Okay, cool. I kind of cheesed my way to that one. I feel not so great about that. But I did get the ring thing, so I understand. Ah, we have another gold. Okay. Good stuff. Okay, so we did a little completion mode there. That's great. What is this? Wait, whose puzzle is this? Wait, what? I don't understand how these are attributed to each other. How we have a gold window but it's not finished? Like the island isn't finished. There's still stuff here. Okay, well, we're going to just try it. So, let's start from the obvious. That's a solo. These cannot be solo. So, this has to be bigger. That has to be bigger than one, and that has to be bigger than one, which means that this is the same shape. Or it feeds into the same shape. Now, this shape has to be the same as whatever it's touching, which means it has to do at least this up here. Oh, boy. If this has to be the same shape, it's going to be some massive thing. Wait, what? Hold on. This is a one piece. This has to be different. So this has to extend, and this has to extend, which means that this is the same shape. By proxy of that, this has to then be whatever this blue shape ends up being has to end up working here. But because it's a forced line, I have to now also create a forced line that does not go up but goes out. So I need to create... Is that possible? So if I did 3 up... It's going to be some weird shape. Three. No, that's not going to work. I need a hinge, basically. Whoa. All right. I'm going to try a new mechanic, shall we? What? Oh, that's just a podium. Okay. Esteemed artisan, I apologize for the preponderance of constraints I've laid upon your work. Many further rules are yet to come. This area is optional. You may proceed as soon as 4 windows are complete. I commend your diligence and persistence. Elias Vitimus. I believe 4 windows are complete. I think you have to have completed 4 windows at this point. So we shall continue. All regions must be this shape. Okay. So if we're starting, the one constraint we have has to be that, which means this has to be this, which means this has to be this, this has to be this. This is going to be a quite easy puzzle as foretold by the level, which means that's got to be here, which means that's got to be here, that's going to be here, and there we go. Okay, level 1 puzzle indeed. Restoration progress. Okay. So let's be on the ground here. What do we got? That's a hidden one. Let's go to these level 2 ones, shall we? Weird shape. If I did it... I can't do it that way, but I can do it this way. I can have... Then... kind of go multiple ways. I could send it either way. But then if I did it here, I would be locking out that side. Maybe not. Hold on. Let's restart. This could be there. No, it can't be. Ooh, tough. Is that possible to do that? Or is it better to do that? Is it possible to do this? Because what would this be then? I couldn't make shape. So this would have to be this. Actually, I could do that also. No, I can't. I think I had it right. I think if I do this. This. Here. There, got it. Okay, cool. And then, whoa, weird shape. Okay, let's see. So that's this shape. Okay, I don't think that's that hard. Yeah, that's easy. Okay. And then, interesting. We got a level 3. Let's go to this level 2. Holy, all regions must be this shape. It's a 3x4 box. Why is it not just 3x4 boxes? With this bottom row doing something different. Yeah, right? Okay. I mean, I just saw that, but shouldn't be a problem. Okay, this is a crazy shape. It can't do the plus at the bottom down here, so it's got to be as if this is rotated 90 degrees the other way. So we need to see something like this, right? Okay, that's a shape, which means that this is the other side of that. So the plus symbol is always going to be that. Okay, here's the plus side. Here's the plus side with the arrow down. Arrow. Ooh, hold on. Don't want to mess this up. Let's go logically here. That's the plus side. There we go. Okay. Good stuff. Where's the window here? Here. 5 out of 8. Okay. I love this shape. It's so fun. Okay. Is that the correct shape? Yes, just mirrored. So it could be either way, which is not ideal. What's forced? Because I could do this shape a bunch of ways. Oh, here is forced. If I did... Is it forced? Hold on. Because I need to do... Yeah, because I can't do that. I think it has to be that, which is good, because now I'm locked in. Because now this has to be this. This has to be here, because it can't block off the exit here. That'll be that. This will be this. There you go. Done. Right. There's podiums, but not... Oh. Did I leave that one behind? No. Oh, I did, but not intentionally. Oh, goodness. Okay, look at this. Okay, so they're all lines. So this isn't actually hard for shapes. It's just about figuring out logically where is this going to land. So let's just start from the top, shall we? So if this is a 1, it's going to be rows of squares. So it's, if this is 1, this has to be different. This has to be at least 2. if this is 2, this also has to be 2. If this is 2, this also has to be 2. But this has to be different, so it's not 2. Right? Logically, that makes sense. Hold on, let's go back one more. This is 1. That means this is 2. If this is 2, this goes to 2. That means this is 2. These have to be different. That is no longer correct. This is 2. This has to be different. Wait, did I mess that logic up, though? No, I didn't, because that makes sense to me. Now it's a little different. So this now has to be different, but because that I could do that here, which would make that a solo 1, which means that's a single. These all have to be different then. And because that has to be different from the thing that's above it, this would have to come out to at least a 1 or a... So that's a 2. These have to be different. This would be like a 3. This would be either a 1 or a 3. This would have to be a 3 then. This would have to be a 3. Oh, it's working. Okay, hold on. This would have to be a 3. Which could come out to here. This would have to be different. Which could be a 2. This could be a 2. Oh no, that could be a 1. This could be 1s all around. Excellent. We got it. Done. Yeah, see, I'm confused as to what puzzle that's contributed. Oh, +1. Is that one done? No, it's not. Oh, I skipped this one too. I remember seeing this. So there's like additives. That's weird. Okay. All right, let's go back to this area here. Am I done on this right side? Maybe not done, but I'm satisfied for now. Let's keep going. On larger puzzles, guessing can get you into big trouble. Only color shapes that you know for sure. Of course. That makes sense to me. So, obvious way to start is here. Because I can't go this way. I have to do a little L. There we go. Same thing. Can't go that way. I have to do that. Now harder. I can go either way here. This square I can go... I could do this. So that's a little unfortunate. I could also do... But I can't do that. Can't do that. Can't do that. So hold on. So this square could do 1, which is probably correct. That can't happen. That can't happen. That can't happen. So I think the only valid thing to do with this is there. This can't go left or right here. This can't go up or down there. So this will have to come like that. This now is forced that way. This is now forced that way. Same thing here. Can't go left or right. Can't go left. Can go right. So it could be here or it could be here. Oh, I don't want that. Get me out of there. Okay. Here, can't do that. Can do that. So I could do this. I could do this. Yeah, that's not good enough. Okay, let's see. Is there another logical starting point? Yeah, these all have options here, which is not great. This could go... Okay, so this can't go... That square can't go... Whatever this square is cannot go up here, because obviously it would block off this bottom one. It could just go down. But if it didn't go that way, if it went this way, that's possible. That's also... Nah, not possible. Okay, so it goes up here or down here. There's got to be a next logical step. Where does this square go? It could do this. No, it can't. Oh, no, it can't, because it would be blocking off those two. So if this square cannot block up to here, which means that's a border, which means that's forced. That's nice. Okay, which means that's forced. Which means what? I can take this square and do this, which is probably likely. I can't do that. I can't do that. I can't do that. So that's going to be that. Let's go... Can't go up or down. Can't go left or right. So I'm going to have to make that its own region. Which means that has force to do that. This has that forced. That's forced. That's forced. That's forced. Wow, that broke real quick. Here could go left or right, but if I went... sorry, I'm looking at it with my head tilted, but if I went that way, obviously I'd isolate that top square. Here could be... If I did... Okay, here was fun. If I did this, I can't make two L shapes. So I have to do this. And then, I mean, it's this. Very nice. Almost there on another window. Let's get ourselves another couple here. No, a level 2. Oh my goodness, look at this shape. Okay. What? So it's this? And with this square being the bottom of a... Oh, I don't understand. Oh, I could flip this. I see. So if I did the 2x2 here, and that's the shape, right? Yeah. Okay. That means I could do this. Right? That's the correct shape? Yep. I could do this here. Can this be the tip on the right side of the diagram? If it was, it would mean the shape is like this. Yeah, that's not awful, but can it also be this? No, it can't be. Actually, that is what it is. So it's this. I love that color. And then same... No, not same thing here. I'm not feeling confident about this piece of it here. Here... If it was, I can't. No, that can't be the line of 3. This has to be the part that sticks out. Now it's just about orientation. Does it come? Well, I don't have actually room here, so this has to go like this. Okay. And now this should probably be this. This is going to be this. This is going to be that. Okay, I see it. Done. Ah, back to the bank. Restore the shape bank window. All right. It's supposedly 6 more. Maybe we can get through 6 more before the episode's over. All right. Shouldn't be hard, but let's figure this out. So if it's a line of 3, it's always going to be a line of 3. That was a stupid sentence. Here. No. Because that could be kind of anything. It doesn't go up or down, so it's going to come out to here at least, but it could go to here. That was the obvious place to start. What else? Oh, well, here can't go down, so it's got to go right. Here can't go up or down, so that's also got to go to the right. Same thing here, same thing here. This is now forest. This is now forest. This can't go left or right. This has got to come down. This has got to come down. That can't go up or down. Now, here we go. We're making our way through. This could go either way. This cannot. And now that's forced. This has to come out here. 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 This has to come up and down. This has to come out. This has to go... Well, that could go either way, actually. This comes out to here. Take it down, take it down, take it down. To the side, up, up. Very nice. I like the ones that just kind of flow. Okay. We have an L shape or a stairs shape. Okay, well so this could be either one. So that's not a helpful start. If this was a stairs shape, it would not allow this to work on either side. So this is going to be an L shape, but now it's just about in what orientation. Because it could do that or it could do that, but that's going to block it off. So I think this has to exist. That's a stairs then, for sure. This has to be an L shape. This could be an L shape or a stairs, as we discussed before. L here would make that an L. This I don't think can be an L. Because if it's like an L, well, at least this way. L, and then there's not enough spaces. So this actually has to be a staircase. And there you go. Done. Is this a different mirror? No. It's a level 4 in the center there. 2. A line, a square, and a plus symbol. Okay. So this could be a line. So we're looking for something that can definitively be proven. Here, very likely, right? This can't be a box. It can't be a plus because it would go off to the side. So that is a line. This now can't be a line or it would block that out. So that is a plus. Same thing here. This can't be a line. So that's a plus symbol. This cannot be a line. This square specifically cannot be a line, cannot be a plus symbol, has to be a box. This square specifically cannot be a line, cannot be a plus symbol, has to be a box. This cannot be a line, cannot be a box, has to be a plus. This cannot be a plus, cannot be a box, has to be a line. Cannot be a plus, cannot be a box, has to be a line. Continues that logic up to the end. Very good. Very good. Well, let's see. Sorry, answering a text really quick. Okay, cool. We're good. Ooh. Okay, so this is a line of 5. So that can't go here, so this has to be this. This now has to be a line of 5. This cannot be a line of 5, so that has to be this shape. This, not definitive. Ooh. This could be either way. This could go down here. Not definitive. A line of 5 would take this. Let's bring our drawing tool in. A line of 5 would bring that down to here, which would block off. Ignoring this one, actually. If I had a line of 5 here, straight down, I would block these 3 squares off, and I don't think I could do anything about it. So, clearing that, let's go back to our color mode. So this has to be part of a square. Although I suppose, well, I can't do that. So it's got to be part of the box itself, and then it's a choice whether I go up this way or up this way. Actually, I can't do that way because then I'm creating something I can't get myself out of. So that is correct, which means that's correct. Now here, have to do a line of 5. Here, have to do a box. Cannot go left with it, so it's got to do that. This has to be a line of 5. Here, a line of 5 would block that off, so that's not happening. So this square has to be part of a shape. Can't be there. It's got to be the box. Now, does it come here or here? I don't think I know. This can't be a line of 5 either way. This one specifically. And I can't do this. Oh, I could actually dive into here. Okay, now we're getting to a little... Because I actually could do that. So I could do that, or this. Not good. I suppose... Well, this can't be a line of 5 down here because then it would block that off. So this has to come at least out to here. Same thing now on the other side. And now there's only so much... Yeah, I mean, there's only so much more real estate I can work with. Perfect. Good stuff. Now I got a line... I got a group of little 4 puzzles here. Oh boy, there's a level 5 in there. And a level 3. How am I doing on this mirror? 2 more to silver. Let's try them. The first law of puzzling. Whenever you find a pair of cells that must be connected, join them together. Okay. Wow, this is rough. Look at this thing. How do you start this? I assume you have to start it from this side. This could be a square. It can't be a vertical, but it could be horizontally, like this. Oh, I think I see what they're saying. So the rule is saying it doesn't matter which shape it is, you know that at minimum those 2 cells have to be together. And the same thing here, that these 2 cells have to be together, whether they go out one or these are the 2 same group. Unsure. Okay. So then here can't go up or down, so this has to come out to here. Same thing then here has to come out to here. So we have 2 potential boxes, and then this can't go up or down, so this has to be a... Wow, that's cool. So that actually, by hypothesizing these lines, you can get a 3 there, and then the puzzle's actually started. Because that's now not a box. That's now not a box. That's not a box. Here... These 2 at minimum go together. Because it can't be a 3. These 2 minimum go together. Now this goes together at minimum. Oh, well, that's not a box. There you go. Yet again, that's not a box. So that's got to be like this. Now that's got to be like this. This is looking very boxy. And in fact, it has to be, doesn't it? Yeah. So that has to now be a box joined in together. And then I think these could come out further. So that's not great. How about here? We know that for sure this can't go be a 3 vertically, so it has to come out to here. This, same thing, has got to come out to here, which means that this cell... What is this cell doing? Even if this is a 3, if these are 3, they come all the way out to here, which is very likely at this point. If they're boxes, in fact, these are 3s, I think now. They have to be. That's a box. That has to be this, and that has to be this. Cool. Good stuff. Harder for sure. Okay. The second law of puzzling. Whenever you find a pair of cells that cannot be connected, draw a border between them. We have a little L and the ring. So the only ring that this could be is here, and that would cut off a cell. So we know that this has to be an L, we just don't know which direction. Is there any other one like that that we can do? This cannot be a ring because there's no place for it to go. So now knowing that this is also an L, it could do that, it could do this. Oh no, it can't do that. But it could do either one of those. Not as good. This could be an L. This could be a ring here. And with that filling in that side. This border in the middle is interesting because it means that obviously they can't be the same region. They can be the same shape, but they can't be the same region. This one's giving me a little bit of anxiety. Let's try something else. All right. Box of 3x3 or a 2x2. Okay. Well, if this square was part of a 3x3, you can already see the problem. So that's a 2x2. So that's an automatic 2x2. If this was a 2x2, there's a problem. So that's a 3x3. If this was a 2x2, we have a problem. So that's a 3x3. That's now a forced 2x2. That's a forced 2x2. This square would be a problem if it was a 2x2, so we're going to extend it to a 3. That's a forced 2x2. And I think it's just a 3x3. And a 2x2 at the top. Aha! A handful of silver. Turn 5 windows silver. Wonderful. We have, what is that, 9 more puzzles to go to turn it gold? That's reasonable. That's our 6 of the... Ooh, I see. And we have some other ones. 7?! Extreme challenge ahead. Difficulty 7 is the highest in the game. These puzzles are diabolically tough. Recommend saving them until you've completed most of the game. As you gain experience, you'll learn subtle tricks to help overcome them. Oh my goodness. Right, because this could be here, this could be here. Yeah, all right. I'm gonna follow the game's advice. Honestly, I'm kind of doing the easy ones throughout most of this just to kind of save myself. Here's a little easy one. What is that? Are you out of your mind? What is that? All right. Well, how am I even gonna? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 across. I can't even tell where to start on this. So that shape has a plus and a 4th. If I flipped that shape, like fully mirrored it, Okay, at least it's helping me out a little bit. Okay, I think that's those 3 squares are this side piece. Is this still correct? Oh my god. And the fact that I have to draw multiple of these is nuts. Is this correct? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. One, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's right. Oh my god, that's crazy. I was just kind of blind doing that one. Just following my heart. All right, let's give ourselves one more maybe. Oh, we got a little easy number 2 over here. Okay. Okay, so this is not going to be the flat side, so this is going to be the plus side here, which means the flat side can come down either this way or this way. If the flat side came down this way, this couldn't exist though, so I think that's that. Now this... No, I gotta do that, and then this, and there we go. Okay. Very nice. I know I said one more, but that was actually very fast. 7 is crazy. I'm excited to progress. I'm excited to see more mechanics. Because there's so many cool ones. Yeah, the 6 and the 7s, though. 5, I feel like okay with a 5. It's just going to take some time. That's a 4. Oh, we could do this. Okay, hold on. Okay, so this cell cannot be a 3 above. So we know that it's going to be at least to here. Now, that means that these 2 cells... Well, I guess I could be a 3 here and a 3 here, can it? Well, this can't be a... If this has to do at least this, it could come out to here, but then what is this cell doing? Nothing. So that doesn't come out to there, which means that that's a box. That's a... that's a row of 3. That's a row of 3. This could be a box or rows of 3. This is going to be a row of 3 in some way. This comes out to at least here. Could be a box, could be not. Same thing here. If this did anything like this, this would be cutting this off into being a 3, which it then couldn't do down here. So that's not going to work. Yeah, I can't go this direction. So it has to do this, I think. Which means it has to do this. Which means it has to do this, which means it has to do both of those. And now... I mean, I think I see an answer, but I'm not going to try to guess this. So this can't be a row of 3. Oh, sorry, it can't go vertically. So this has got to come out to here. This has then got to come out to here. This could come up, but then this has nowhere to go. So these do have to both come out. And that's just a box. And so is that one. Nice. Yeah, and this is the one I left go. And then how about this number 5 one? That can't be that shape. This... Okay, these puzzles are too addicting. I gotta stop. I'm gonna give myself a little bit of break, and then I'll come back to it. But we'll see you on the next one. Thank you so much for watching. Please give this video a like and subscribe if you want to see any future episodes in this series. I'm having a lot of fun just solving kind of a pure puzzler, just getting through these, hopping around, seeing what I can find, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye-bye, everybody.